What's up everybody, welcome to another episode of the greatest vlog in the world. My name is Jeff, your favorite tour guide in Madeira, and today we are breaking down the iconic, whoa, no problem, bom dia. Bom dia. Today we're breaking down the most iconic hike in Madeira, the peak to peak hike. We are doing it at sunrise. And we're going to break down everything you need to know about it. What are your options? What are the best ways to do it?
Beautiful Madeira.
Beautiful Madeira. So without any further ado, let's rewind and get right into it. Bom dia, everybody. I remember coming up here at Pico Ruivo for the sunrise in 2014, and there was absolutely nobody here. And in 2017, other people started selling them, so we were the only ones who were selling them in 2014, or at least on the internet. And nowadays, I mean, there's the bus there, of course, and there's more buses coming and loads of cars and loads of people on the roads, walking up in the dark without reflectors and things. This is pretty crazy. Life's just become a whole lot tougher for all the influencers. You think they're gonna come here and get the place to themselves? As you can see, it's a little bit busy. I want you guys to meet someone. You've already been in one of our vlogs, eh? Two or three.
So, yeah.
This is Vitor.
Good morning, guys.
The youngest recruit at Hit the Road Madeira. So he started in April. But believe it or not, and we'll talk about this later, Vitor was with us for 5 to 6 years, between 2014 and up until COVID, when we had to make some adjustments. But I'm very happy and I'm very glad, officially on the video, to welcome Vitor back.
Nice. And
he's going to be our head of hiking. So he's the head of the big walk, and we're all going to be doing the big walk. So again, more things to come. But today, Vitor is with one of our guests, our first ever client on this hike. Robin, he's around here somewhere. There he is. Good stuff. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the most popular option, which is renting a car. A lot of people come up here to rent a car, and we're going to get into the procedure, the pros and the cons, all of that kind of stuff. But I did want to mention one thing that I think is very important, which is manners, right? If you guys are driving up, right, to Pico Ruivo, which we'll talk about, you know, make sure that you're a considerate driver, you know, that if you're driving too slow and you've seen that you've got like 10 cars behind you, pull over. Yeah. You need to be careful. Again, safety, you can see how quickly and how easily something can happen, so please be careful. And then what I did want to speak about is to be considerate. So if you have people going like this, passing you and things like that, you know, if you see people taking photos, try not to walk in front of people taking photos. Try and let people pass you if you see that you're holding them up. You know, don't be in a rush and things like that, because that's when these kinds of things happen. So you have to be calm, collected, take your time when you're hiking. You know, don't take it in a rush. It's also a very difficult hike, so you don't want to be doing it too fast, because then you're going to get too tired, especially if you're driving, because then you have to walk back. This is nervous, all right? This is a proper hike. You guys have to be respectful of the mountain, because accidents do happen, and they do happen here, and we're talking proper accidents. We're not talking, you know, sprained ankles and things like that. We're talking 100-meter drops. So it always gets me a little bit nervous. I'm not against anybody renting a car, okay? Just wanted to put that up real clear. But the first option that you have to do the peak-to-peak hike is to rent a car and to come up here and to do it DIY. Now, I've never, if you've seen in past videos, I've never recommended renting a car for hiking trips, because a lot of the hiking trips start in one place and end in another, and this is one of these types of hikes. Yes, you can go there and back, but there are now new challenges. Madeira has become a little bit more popular. This hike has always been popular. It's always been the most popular hike in Madeira. It's certainly the most beautiful, in my opinion, as well. It's an absolutely gorgeous hike, and you shouldn't not do it because it's crowded. But it has made our lives a little bit easier as tour guides, to kind of, you know, sell our fish and get away from all of the confusion. If you're renting a car, I don't believe it's going to be a whole lot cheaper. Maybe you're gonna save 50 or 60 bucks, but you're gonna get a rental car for however much it costs you per day, including insurance and all these kinds of things. You're gonna have to put diesel in, or petrol, or electricity, or whatever as well. Maybe you can get it for cheaper, but then you're gonna pay in some other way, which we call in time and patience. So if you're coming on vacation, maybe you don't feel like doing all this work. But one of the biggest issues at the moment is parking. So up here we have the original parking space of Pico Ruivo. And this parking space has now been closed off for rental cars, right? So obviously with all the new rentals around, the government has had to take some kind of precautions, and it's still a work in progress, and I'm not gonna get into it because it's politics and I can't control these things. So there are forest police down there, and the parking lot, the official parking lot for rental cars is down there. We'll show you a close-up soon. So you can see already that the parking lot is full and there's already cars parking on the side of the road. This could cause a lot of grief for a lot of people. So I am hoping that the government kind of finds a way to resolve this. And unfortunately, a lot of these people are going to be doing the hiking, so they're going to have the car here for the whole day. And you can tell that there's not a whole lot of space. This is the trail from the parking lot up. And if you do park your car here, then please take this trail, all right? And don't walk on the middle of the road, especially at night, because it is dangerous because cars can't see you. Obrigado. Right? So that's it. And then from here, you got to start your hike and you got to go all the way more. So it's a lot more work, you know, for saving maybe a little bit more money. I don't know if it's up to you. Also, when you are parking, please make sure that you are considerate. Again, you know, when it comes to these things, we have to be very considerate, very patient, because you don't want to park people in. There are buses coming up and down these roads, even cars, buses, jeeps, everything. So don't park in a way that maybe somebody can't pass. You know, that's it, really. Can I get a lift?
Hello, my friend.
Hey guys.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing? You good?
Good.
You get some good shots?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. How are you guys doing, eh?
Hi,
Nice. Yeah, good. So yeah, as you can see, this is the you know, this is the top, and the tour companies are allowed to park here. You know, at the moment, only tour companies. I believe, I don't know, you know, I'm not here all the time, but it saves some time, and this is the thing, you're getting more of a VIP kind of experience by going with any tour company, because, you know, you don't have to walk all that way. I kind of miss being up here. I used to be here you know, in the summer I was up here with my Land Rover Monday to Friday, every day. And I am bringing a new sunrise tour to the market soon. I'm just waiting for my Land Rover to be ready because I'm getting a new one. It's gonna be awesome, you guys are gonna love it. And the tour is gonna be absolutely epic. I think a lot of you guys will already know what it is. But if you want early access, and of course a nice big discount for the big walk tours, you wanna join our Patreon account. Links are in the description. Hit the Road Madeira Patreon account. You're gonna get loads of great stuff there. For those of you who are waiting for the webinar, that's gonna be coming out soon. So that's gonna be on our Patreon account, as well as our top 35 restaurants in Madeira, which I try to make as short as possible. I wanted to make it 20, but I just couldn't. So 35 is about as compact as I can get. And then also, if you sign up for only €4.50 a month to support this channel, you'll be buying us a poncho and also be entered into the draw to win a vacation in 2025, accommodation and activities in Madeira. You know, that's a good, I don't know, how much does this cost nowadays? It's probably like $2,000 at least for accommodation, for a couple accommodation and tours and stuff. So you're gonna save some money if you win, all right? So yeah, we're not a casino, by the way. Just we're gonna put disclaimers and everything. We're not a casino. Breakfast of champions, yeah. Anyway, second option is your self-guided transfers. All right, this is something that's relatively new. About 2020, they started doing transfers up and down. Some of the businesses realized that there was a market for this, and nowadays there's quite a few people doing this. There's even a big bus. Personally, if you want to do a self-guided tour, I think this is one of the best options to take a shared or a group tour. So that means that you're only paying for your ticket, for your seat, and you do the transfer up to Pico Ruivo and they pick you up on the other side. I don't know how much the prices are, to be honest. I'm not a big competition looker, pricer, but I'm guessing that you can get transfers for about 30 to 40 euros per person, and you get picked up in your hotel in Funchal or in a pickup spot in Funchal, and then come up here, do the hike, get picked up on the other side. Of course, the pros are that you don't have to drive, so you don't have to worry about driving or parking. You also get right up to the top, so you don't have to walk that little bit from the parking lot up and back down, of course. And then the other big pro is that you do the hike one way and you don't have to walk all the way back to your rental car. The con is that you are in a group and you can be in a group of a lot of people. It all depends on what time you take your transfer and how you do it. So I do think that sunrise, I still think sunrise is the best way to do it. I think that from 9 o'clock onwards, it's going to get a lot busier, especially in the summer, but it is also quite busy at sunrise. I don't think it's unbearable, and it didn't seem like it was more than past years, or at least not a whole lot more at sunrise. The next option that we have is for the self-guided private option. So this is like a taxi or a Bolt or anything like that. This is what I think is one of the best ways as well to do this. Of course, now we're doing this, so we're going to talk about that later. That's obviously the best way to do it, but you can take a taxi or a Bolt. It's going to cost you about 150 euros in total for 2 to 4 people, if I'm guessing, 150 to 200 euros. Because of course, a taxi has to pick you up, bring you up here, drop you off, and then they go and pick you up on the other side. We have a taxi connection in our Patreon account, so if you join up to Patreon, you can get our taxi connection. I really like this way because you got a, kind of like a guide to yourself. If you're just doing the transfers, sure, you get a driver, sure, they're going to say a thing or two, but if you've got a taxi driver, and a good one at least, then they're going to be guiding and speaking at least on the way up, so you're still going to get that aspect of being with a local, while you're on the way up there. And yeah, now we're gonna eat some coffee, and then we're gonna go. I've got a meeting.
Are we gonna eat some coffee and drink
We're gonna eat some coffee and drink some cake. Yeah. This is bol preto, what we call bol preto, bol familia. It's made with sugarcane syrup. I believe there's a little bit of cinnamon inside. I don't know the recipe. Here we call it bol preto black cake. I love it. And because Oscar took the orange cake, I thought, for the vlog, I'd take the black cake to give it a bit of a thing, but I'm more of an orange kind of guy. Right. We're in Areeiro do Poiso. It's very close by to Pico Ruivo. It's one of my technical stops when we need bathrooms and things like that. And it's got great food, great drinks. We had a picado here the other day, which is amazing. It was very good, wasn't it? Got a meeting now, and then we're going to pick up Robin, our client, and Vitor at the end of the hike. So stick around. We're going to get into now what I believe is the best way to do the hike, and I'm going to explain to you why in a second. So yeah, hang in there. We've arrived at Achada do Teixeira. This is the end of the hike. This is actually in the municipality of Santana. To get here is about almost a 90-minute drive, because I'm sure some of you are asking, well, if it's so crowded in Pico Ruivo, why don't you just do it backwards? Well, the problem is, when you do it backwards, then you're gonna get a whole lot of people coming the other way and always crossing you. So the way we've decided to do it is to do it from Areeiro to Ruivo to Achada do Teixeira. And you can tell that many people are doing the same thing. There's buses, there's some taxis, there are rental cars here that are probably doing the shorter hike just to Pico Ruivo. So of course, if you go to the highest peak, then you can come down here, or you have to go back right, to Pico Ruivo, which is another 2.5 hours back. We're now here waiting for our client and for Vitor, which is on the way back, and we're gonna see what they have to say. So yeah, basically that's what I wanted to show you. If you're going with a transport service, this is where you're gonna get picked up.
Hello.
Well done, brother, you made it, huh? How was it?
Really amazing.
Amazing?
Great hike.
Good stuff. Are you ready to walk back to your rental car? Would you want to?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? What about poncha? You drink poncha?
No.
No? Okay. No poncha. That's fine. We'll get you something else. We're gonna do a technical stop on the way down?
Okay.
Okay, let's go. So next we're going to talk about guided tours, but before we do that, I wanted to, wow, that looks beautiful, man. We're going to stop somewhere down there so we can see that. I wanted to let you know about one more option. If you were looking to do something like the peaks and you're an experienced hiker, all right, and not going by yourself as well, it's not advised to hike on your own. But there is an alternative hike that might be of interest, which is Pico Ruivo Encomiada. That hike is an absolutely stunning hike, and you're gonna get views that are very similar to Pico Ruivo, Pico Ruivo, but it is much more difficult. So if you think that that's difficult already, this one is even more difficult, loads of steps, and you can do it in a similar fashion, where you start where we've just ended, and you can go to Pico Ruivo for sunrise, and then hike down to Encomiada. Again, this is preferably a one-way hike, so you will need transport, or you can pre-arrange transport, which is what I suggest, because things get really, really busy. It's on a beautiful day. Pico Ruivo, Encomiada, fantastic, fantastic hike. We've come to the end of our tour today, and it's the perfect spot to let you know about what I think is the best way to do it, or at least one of the other ways for you to do it is by guided tours. Now, when it comes to guided tours to do the peaks or any hiking, you've got two main things that you want to look for. There are two different types of tour companies that run these kinds of things. By law, for every mountain guide that you have and in a group, there is a certain number of people that you can have as a maximum, right? So from what I know, and you know, don't quote me on it, but I think it's like 15 people. So on every group that's out in Madeira, for every 15 people that you have to have one guide. So there are companies that put 15 people on a bus or a minibus with one guide, and they do the groups. There's other companies that do even bigger ones with two guides, and there might even be some shady companies out there doing all sorts of things, right? Which I'm not here to comment on. You get the big group people that even say they're small group people, right? Because a lot of people like to say small groups, and that's all relative, right? If there's a group of 100, then a group of 15 is small. But if there's a group of 4, then a group of 15 is big, right? So it's all relative, and people write these things. So there's the small groups and the big groups. The big groups, you can go up to 15 or more, so you have to do your research on which company does what. And you're looking at prices between 35 to 50 euros per person to do this kind of tour. Then you get the smaller companies like us at Hit the Road, at the Big Walk, which is our hiking brand at Hit the Road Tours. Today was the first tour that we did for the peaks. After COVID, we worked on the Jeep tour business and cut the hikes, and now it's time to bring the hikes back. So what we're offering is a personalized experience with the hikes. The group maximum is 7. We only go once a week, and we're running every week of the year. So you can imagine that there's very few spaces left. You're getting a guide, you're getting a driver, and you're getting a great vehicle. There is, of course, overheads. I'm not here to justify it, but what you can expect is to have a little bit of a personalized experience. Of course, we've got our client with us today, and now Vitor, our mountain guide, is resting, and I'm taking him around and showing him a couple of things and entertaining him. So you're getting two guides for the price of one when it comes to tours and things like that. So pros and cons. Pros, of course, you don't have to worry about anything, all right? So you get picked up at your accommodation in Funchal. You get driven around everywhere, you get first line access, you don't need to do all of those you know, extra climbing spots, you don't need to park. And then of course on the hike you've got somebody with you, and it's not someone boring, right? We've been doing this for a long time, we know what it is. It's not some guy with an encyclopedia telling you what each name of each plant is, right? It's a friend, it's somebody that's, you know, making conversation with you, or is a good listener, or is telling you what it is that's around, and of course helping you stay safe on the hike. If you want to do that, then you got to check out thebigwalkmadeira.com, and if that's not available yet, because we are still building the site, remember today is the first day, then you can check out, there's other links down below, or you can send us an email and tell us that you're interested in our exclusive hiking tours, and we can get right into it. So I think for now that's a whole lot. All right, I hope that you guys got loads of value out of this video. If you didn't, you know, contact us or whatever. There's the Patreon account, like I said, best tours in the world. What can I say, right? Oscar, what do you think? You think we did it?
I think we got it in the bag.
I think we got it in the bag.
Let's hit the road.
Hey? Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's hit the road.
Let's hit the road. Let's go.
Let's go. That's it for one day. Now I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'm gonna go to the beach. And my favorite part about doing a sunrise start is that it's, you know, we've already done a whole lot of work and it's not even 1 o'clock. So we're good, right? And bonus tip, if you are doing sunrises and you get back and you're tired, the best thing you can do is go for a swim. A swim or a cold shower, right? Gets all that energy back after the hike. So yeah, let's go and go to the gym and then go to the beach. Now go to the gym and then go and eat and then go to the beach. And then probably gonna have to answer all these YouTube comments because there's so many of them.
Let's go.